Hello and welcome to today's March 28th Daily News Report. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. You watch this channel each day because I keep you in the loop on what's really going on in Washington, D.C. with President Biden and the U.S. economy. There's a ton to discuss, so let's jump right in. Okay, over the weekend, President Biden kind of stepped in it. He went off script and said 9 words that the White House and Europe are desperately trying to correct or spin. He said, referring to Vladimir Putin, "For God's sakes, this man cannot remain in power." The White House has worked feverishly to show this was not saying to take Putin out, nor was it suggesting that the United States dictates who another country's world leader is. So there's a lot of chatter going on about, is this United States interference? Is this a death threat? What is the true meaning behind all of this? Now, Republicans were quick to say, stick to the script or stick to your teleprompter. However, it isn't just Republicans. Many Democrat leaders are saying they are very nervous about what was said, and they do not want this to drag us in to another world war. France and Germany released statements saying that it was smart of the U.S. White House to immediately correct Biden's words and meaning, but Biden likely made it harder to resolve this conflict. So Germany and France were not very happy with Biden's comments. So far, Putin has been quiet on the topic, but there's no doubt he heard the words that were said. And to make it worse, this is being shown over and over and over again in the news. So there's no chance he missed it. Now, this happens to have happened just days before new polling data was released just this morning. Today, it was revealed that 85% of Americans believe President Joe Biden is going to get the United States pulled into a world war with Russia. I really hope that's not true, but that's what is in the news. Okay, now more on Biden. The Biden administration announced today that President Biden plans to execute a billionaire tax in 2023. Biden wants to see a minimum 20% tax on anyone with over $100 million in assets. Biden said this new tax will avoid using the tax code to lower your taxes and will make the ultra wealthy finally pay their fair share. The White House believes this move will bring $360 billion in new taxes over the next 10 years. However, many billionaires are saying, we spent a lot of money to get you elected as a Democrat president, Joe Biden, so don't expect any support from us moving forward if this idea turns into action. So the billionaires, not very happy with the man they helped put in the White House. So we'll see if Biden gives in to the ultra wealthy or if he holds his ground and actually hits them with one of the biggest taxes ever. One billionaire, Leon Cooperman, said, Trump and Biden played a small role in the inflation we are all feeling, but the big blame goes to Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who didn't have the courage to tell the U.S. government, you can't keep borrowing this amount of money, and then didn't have the courage to raise interest rates when it was obvious that inflation was getting out of control and was not temporary. So, he says, if you have bad inflation feelings, the Federal Reserve is to blame. Now, Cooperman is a Republican who voted Biden and now says he regrets it and that the country is dealing with some of the worst fiscal policies ever. The Biden administration announced today that it wants to spend $5.8 trillion on next year's fiscal budget. This is the highest in American history. Biden said he will do it by taxing the wealthy, but $360 billion divided by 10 years is $36 billion, and he wants to nearly double the annual fiscal spending bill, and says that he'll be able to lower the deficit at the same time. First, Biden wants the military budget to go to $773 billion. Remember, they gave him a hard time when he raised it last year. And even though we're not spending $300 million a day in Afghanistan, President Biden said he wants the budget raised for a second year in a row. He also wants another $1 billion to go to Ukraine and $6.9 billion to go into a European slush fund to fight Vladimir Putin. Biden also wants $30 billion for state and local government to strengthen police and law enforcement. He's the first Democrat president to take a Republican talking point and show that Democrats are willing to invest in the country and that they are not soft on crime. He wants $81 billion for health and human services, $9.9 billion for the CDC, $3 billion for clean energy, and $18 billion for climate resilience. I have no idea what climate resilience is, but he wants $18 billion for it. Biden also wants the change to the tax code for the ultra wealthy. He wants them taxed on unrealized stock market gains. Now, this has never happened in history. Here's what it means. It means that if you are up in your stocks, even if you haven't cashed out, or there's no guarantee that your ups are going to stay up, that you will be taxed on that gain, that potential gain. Even if later the stock goes back down, because you posted a gain, you'll be taxed on that. Now, again, that has never happened, and many very wealthy people and hedge funds are saying this is going to discourage the ultra wealthy from investing in the stock market, which means that they will likely turn to real estate as a more safe and tax-friendly investment, which would drive the price of real estate up even more than it is right now. President Biden also wants to raise the corporate tax rate from 21% up to 28%, but many say this isn't going to help because those rising taxes, the companies are just going to pass those increases on to the consumer, and we're already dealing with some of the highest prices we've ever seen thanks to out-of-control inflation. Now, it's not even been 10 days since Biden signed the $1.5 trillion spending bill, and now there's already another $5.8 trillion that's getting attention in the media. Now, many progressive Democrats are jumping for joy. Moderate Democrats are not keen on this plan, and nearly all Republicans, with the exception of Mitt Romney, are against this bill, and it's only the first day that it's been announced. Republicans are saying Biden is going to fundamentally make the country poorer with all of this spending and inflation. Biden said he wants this bill passed and pushed through quickly before Democrats lose the Senate or potentially lose their majority in the Senate. So I think he sees the writing on the wall that they are going to lose the House and the Senate, and so he's trying to push this through before he becomes what they call a lame duck president. Now, I'm not sure what's a bigger slap in the face, all of this massive spending, or Will Smith slapping Chris Rock across the face on live TV last night during the Academy Awards. If you haven't seen it, Chris Rock made a light joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's short haircut. Will Smith then walked on stage, slapped Chris Rock across the face as hard as he could, then yelled several lines filled with obscenities about "do not talk about my wife." Now, because Will Smith is an A-rated celebrity and he's famous, he wasn't arrested, he wasn't removed. In fact, nothing happened. 40 minutes later, he was awarded the Best Actor award. Now, had this been a normal citizen that rushed the stage and slapped Chris Rock, he would have been arrested, security would have rushed the stage, but celebrities are special and exempt from consequences, and this only proves that. Don't believe me? Look no further than the state of New York. New York announced that celebrities, people on Broadway, or sports people won't have to be force vaccinated because they need them in order to bring money into the city. But for all of the rest of us peasants, you must submit to the government. Dr. Fauci said he didn't feel it would be appropriate to have an opinion on New York's decision. Wow. Just wow. No opinion on this after having an opinion for 3 years? Speaking of Fauci, he's now saying that every American had better be ready to get a fourth booster shot. Yes, millions of you got COVID, even with 3 vaccines, but the fourth time is a charm, he says. He also said, expect more restrictive measures from the government. He said last time there was too much flexibility, and this next time things will be more rigid. He said he never liked the word lockdown, but something like it could be coming. Really? More lockdowns? China just exercised very rigid and forceful government lockdown with zero flexibility. Shanghai announced a COVID lockdown. They've essentially put 26 million people on house arrest as they try to snuff out COVID in Shanghai. If you leave your house without permission, you could be arrested for the rest of your life. That's how rigid this lockdown is. Well, Bitcoin and Ethereum are rising as fast as people are losing faith in the government and government-issued currencies. I told you guys earlier this year to keep an eye on Ethereum. It then took a tumble, right? Everything took a tumble because of the Russia war. But then since then, it's risen by 41%. So if you had put your money in just a couple weeks ago, you'd be up 41% on your money. And I hope some of you were able to buy in like I did when it dropped. Crypto is very, very volatile, and I'll never write about it in the comments section. So that's definitely a scammer. But I'm telling you right now, if you can stomach it and be patient, whether it goes up or down, there's a lot of money to be made, right? Okay, again, I will never ask you to invest or send me money or banking info or crypto news in the comments section. Those are scammers. Do not fall for it. Elon Musk of Tesla said he is toying with the idea of creating a new social media platform. He said platforms like Twitter and Facebook aren't allowing for free speech, which is what makes America unique. He did a poll on his Twitter account, and 70% of his followers agreed social media suppresses free speech too much. Lastly, federal prosecutors say they are building a case against Hunter Biden and his international business dealings. They say they can tie him to shady investment deals in Ukraine, China, and Kazakhstan. For example, Hunter Biden was being paid $50,000 a month by a Ukrainian energy company, even though Hunter had zero experience in the energy industry. Can you imagine $50,000 a month to do a job you have no idea how to do? They also say that his investment group invested in biolabs in Ukraine and have the documents and emails to prove it. This is according to a CNN report. All right, now, I don't know much about the president's son, but his name seems to be on every major news outlet today. So you can go look it up and learn a little bit more about it if you'd like. Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more with you. Before you go, the merch in the month of March giveaway ends in a few days. There's 200 winners of cash, hats, hoodies, shirts. Casey and I are really excited to be able to do that giveaway and share that as a way of saying thank you for being in our YouTube communities. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.